think what I want to do at this point in my life is, one, work on my, attachment style. I think I'm very judgmental of myself when it comes to these relationships, because part of me probably feels like these relationships at least gratify and verify at least something about me. It verifies that, oh, there is someone out there who can love me even with my flaws, and I'm not just going to keep pushing people away because of my anxious attachment. But what I've come to realize is that I personally don't believe that my emotions are huge. It means that people are unequipped to deal with emotions in general. And I think that's what I saw in many of my relationships before, once again, platonic and romantic. And I'm kind of not up for that anymore. I'm kind of just like, I'm tired of trying to, this is something I've been having this thought pretty much for a good year now. I am tired of having to try to do better with my mental health and then other people don't. It's getting on my nerves to see myself being placed in environments and being placed around people who clearly need help in some fashion, whether it be a very minute, level of understanding or extensive therapy. Like, I'm kind of just like, I'm done. I'm just trying to move forward and work on myself so that I can work on having a better attachment style. Along with that, I think the other thing I need to work on is the fact that I think I'm putting myself on a timeline right now, and it's really causing some issues in my life. When I wasn't at this function that my family was having, I had a family member ask my mom, "Why doesn't your daughter have children yet?" She responded in an angered tone, like, "What does that even mean?" And his response was just like, "Oh, well, I was told throughout my life that, women should be having children at this time." The tea on that is this dude doesn't have biological children of his own, and the person he heard that from, I wouldn't trust at all when it comes to child rearing. So that's another story. But it did make me feel some type of way, mostly because I'm like, oh, is this what other people think? Even not this dude? I think less about that, but more so the fact that my parents had me when they were older. And what I mean by that is my mom had me when she was 37, while she's, still alive and kicking and everything. I feel as though there's probably a part of me that's like, oh, I want to have kids a little bit sooner than her. My bones won't be hurting so much so that I can actually be an active parent. The dating world is so weird right now because there are people who are legitimately just like, I don't want to be in a relationship, but I'll still see you and act like I'm in a relationship. But we're not, official. And I talked to my therapist about this quite a bit, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't know why people just can't go in a more traditional route, even if it takes a while for them to, be official. Why can't they still do that? And she's told me, maybe you should, let loose a little bit and not be so, not jaded, not be so strung up about these specific points in time. There are things that we want from relationships, and we keep trying to find people that will not offer that to us, but we're so desperate that we'll stick with it just so that it may be something in the future. And yep, that's kind of how I feel sometimes. But with that, I'm also just trying to not be in the dating realm anymore, or at least right now, because I got other stuff to deal with. I'm gonna have to say this because I feel like it's kind of obligatory. I don't like putting on makeup that much. And honestly, I don't wear makeup all the time. I don't like makeup. I'm like that girl who wants to be a pick-me. No, but I actually just don't like wearing makeup, mostly just because I feel like it's messy. Yeah, I rarely do it, but I'm just doing it right now because I'm a little insecure about some spots on my face, and I just want to look a little bit more put together, I guess, even though I'm just going outside for myself. What I'm going to use is this Parnell cushion. Additionally, I'm personally not the biggest fan of foundations. One day after college, I was using the Urban Decay foundation that is really good. It's really good medium to full coverage. However, I got it on like one of my white
like shirts, and I tried to wash it out and it didn't come out. Pretty much since then, I don't like to use foundations. At least I specifically don't like to use foundations with they're just straight liquid like that without better application. And I'm still a novice at this stuff, so I don't trust myself well enough. But nonetheless, I just don't really care for that. Next thing I'm gonna do is just cover up the little bit of darkness around my face. I put it on my hands first, and then I'm going to get one of my little flat brushes, like this one here. This one works. I'm gonna just put that in my on my hand to warm it up a bit, and then just try to blot it down in this area here. Now I'm gonna put on my actual concealer. I'm gonna use another flat brush for that. And the concealer that I use is this Glossier one. I've had for quite some time and I'm still not done with it, so I'm not gonna switch to anything else. Just warm it up on my hands. Put a bunch on my chin, also just to highlight. I'm gonna put some under here. I'm not gonna move it up just yet. I just want to place it. I'm gonna go blend up this concealer under my eyes and just blend it up without it getting into where the egg yolk salad is. And the key for me right now is just to make sure that the darkness area that is mostly in the middle is what's being prioritized and not the outside. I'm still blending up and blending around this area though. I'm gonna go back and use this cushion and just blend out the other portions of my concealer. I still see some darkness, but I'm at this point where I'm like, I